Welcome to the Maker's Gonna Learn channel, where today we are going to be sublimating on silk, satin / silk.
Yes, this is something I don't know if I'd seen it, I guess. You know, when you're like at Walmart and you see stuff and it's silky, the first thing that comes to my brain are the little eye covers.
Yes.
They have like the little lashes on them and stuff. But like before I knew what sublimation was, I just didn't know how they did it.
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cute. And now I'm like, oh, they've sublimated on silk.
Yes.
It's cool. I love it.
Yes, so we're going to be learning the ins and outs of sublimating on silk, and we're also going to be doing, I thought, why not give you all just a really brief Canva tutorial.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a quick Canva tutorial. We may pull in some other PNGs off the website. I am going to show you how to upload a font into Canva. Now, I do want to preface this by saying to upload a font into Canva, you have to be a Canva Pro subscriber. However, there are so many opportunities, I feel like, for you all to get Canva for free. Educators get Canva for free. So if you are an educator, any type of educator, you get Canva for free. Nonprofits get Canva for free. There's quite a few different people that get Canva for free. So
with the access, right? Canva Access or Canva Pro.
Canva Pro, yes.
Right.
You get Canva Pro for free if you have if you're an educator, if you are associated with a nonprofit, bunches of different stuff. There are opportunities, but I also feel like if you are sublimating, if you are into sublimating, doing sublimation, that Canva Pro is almost a necessity.
I agree. I feel like you can do a lot in Design Space.
Yes.
But what I really love about Canva is that you're able to export your images after they're done. You can do, once you learn the functions of it, you can do a little bit more manipulation in some ways. Design Space has things, that you can do as well. But
yes.
I don't know. I just feel like Canva is good for people who are heavy into sublimation.
Yes, very much so.
There's lots more things geared towards sublimation type projects. So.
Yes, and Canva, the free version of Canva is still an amazing version to use.
Oh, yeah.
They still have great fonts that you can use with the free version. You just can't use Maker's Gonna Learn fonts, but you can still use Maker's Gonna Learn files. So Maker's Gonna Learn SVGs and things like that, you can still use in Canva, and I'm gonna show you all how you can do that today.
Yes, we love it. So, mini Canva tutorial and
Sublimation on silk.
I love it.
Yes. So let's go ahead and take a look at this amazing pillowcase that we did create, and we'll go overhead. Whoop. So you can see that I'm just obsessed with this technique. And like we said, this specific technique we do have as a member-only masterclass. But I love the effect that you get when sublimating on silk. Like, for some reason, the colors, how they just move and shine, I love it.
It looks so good. And
Absolutely love it.
It looks like we bought it off Etsy or bought it from the store.
Yes.
Or some nice place. I don't know if it's because it's silk, but
I know.
It looks really good.
I know. So, if you all are ready to learn how to sublimate on silk, and Alicia, I literally just now realized
what?
That I left my 8.5 by 14 paper. Wait.
There might be some in the drawer.
Oh, it's right here. I did not. Look at that.
Past Lauren helped out future Lauren.
Past Lauren did. But yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna set this down to the side. And let's go ahead and go over the materials that you need. Y'all, we need four things. Now, granted, 2 of the 4 things are pretty large. I'm sorry. Take that back. We need 5 things because the 5th thing is down here. But 2 of the 5 things that we're going to be working with today, pretty large. So you're obviously going to need your sublimation printer. The one that we're going to be using today is the Epson SureColor F170. I absolutely adore this printer. if you are in the market to get a sublimation printer, I highly, highly suggest the SureColor F170. It is a sublimation printer. So Epson realized and figured out that people were taking their eco tanks and converting them from inkjet printers to sublimation printers. Now, let me just say, the eco tank printers, if you are going to convert it into a sublimation printer, it does not need to have, you can't take an inkjet printer that has already had inkjet ink in it and then convert it. You have to start out with a printer and put sublimation ink in it, because those inks just don't mix well. So I love the fact that this one you purchase, it's already a sublimation printer. Epson came out with their own sublimation ink, which we actually we've used it in this printer. It is so good. We love it. So if you are in the market to purchase a sublimation printer, I highly suggest this one, because the price point, it has a really, really good price point. I'm thinking it's like, what, $200?
I can tell y'all exactly, actually.
There's a link down below, but it is, I just love the way it prints. I love the color, like it's automatically set up with two, and I'll show you when we get there, two color options. You can ask it to print deeper colors or exactly what you see on your screen. So
my favorite feature is that it automatically mirrors it.
Yes, it does automatically mirror everything that you print. You don't have to mirror anything. If you're printing to this, if you are sending something to this printer, it mirrors it. I just think Epson has done a phenomenal job creating their sublimation printers. Now, they do have sublimation printers that are way up there. It's in the SureColor line, but this is their, I guess, hobbyist printer, you could call it.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting a larger printer that prints larger than, so the largest that this one can print is going to be 8.5 by 14. It should not be $449.
It's not. I'm putting a link in the chat box for you all that are curious. It's for $3.99 at Walmart. And then we'll add the link to the description, because it's not down there currently, but this is the exact one we have at Walmart. It's $3.99.99.
I'm pretty sure when we purchased it from LexJet is where I have always purchased it. It has only been $250, maybe $300.
Let me go to LexJet and I'll tell you guys.
Unless there's an issue and they are out of stock right now, and Walmart
is possible.
And Walmart is, I don't want to say price gouging. I don't think we paid that much for this printer.
I've heard that Walmart will price match about anybody. I've heard that.
Well, they do price match.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to find it on Lex for you guys.
Yes, Glenda says that she's gone over a month or more between printings and never had clogging issues. Neither have we. This thing is sat forever, and we've not printed it, and we've not ran into clogging issues. I know that especially in printers that people will convert that have cartridges, a lot of times you will get the clogging issues, but I've not had a clogging issue out of this. Now, the other printer that we do enjoy that is a wide format, it is an EcoTank. It's the Epson EcoTank ET8550. It is actually a photo printer, so you do have to convert that one from an inkjet photo printer to a sublimation printer. But anyway, everybody's saying
it's $449 on the LexJet website right now. And y'all know that, like, with inflation, printers have also went up high like crazy. We got that, what, last year?
Yeah, but I could have sworn we did not pay that for it.
Well,
otherwise, I wouldn't have.
And you might not have. Currently, Walmart's is cheaper than LexJet.
Now I want to go back, because I want you all to know that I saw this printer and I was like, the price point is there. It's beautiful. We're going to do it.
Right.
And I put it in our sublimation course. So for those that are new to sublimation, if you want to jump into the sublimation world, we do have a sublimation course, and Sadie will drop that link. It's $70 off. Fantastic price. But I'm almost 100% sure I go over the price in the sublimation course, and it makes me want to go back and see how much the price was then.
We'll have to check it. But if y'all are like sold today,
Wow.
Walmart is the cheapest place you're gonna find it at
$450. Okay. I did not think it was that much, y'all. My mind is blown.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway.
It's still a great printer and honestly worth it if
Glenda
you are
says she bought it when
Sublimation.
it first came out and it was right around $500.
Okay.
I swear I don't think, I didn't, but I may be wrong. I may be like thinking of something else. I have no clue.
Who knows?
Anyway, it's a great printer. We love it. It's really, really good for sublimation. So obviously you need your printer, you need your heat source. This is, once again, if you're going to jump into sublimation, a heat press is definitely a necessity. Now you do not have to get this one specifically. This one is the StarCraft heat press. We do love it, but there are some really great heat presses out there, and this one is on the higher side. Amazon has some really great ones. I'm pretty sure we have tested the
HTV Raw AutoPress.
I know that I've used the HTV Raw AutoPress. I do like that one. There is a Tussie brand that's pretty good. It's really just depending on what you want. If you want a clamshell, a swing away, an AutoPress, really and truly, most heat presses, as long as you get an even heat source, that's going to be the biggest issue. And then other than your two large items, you do need 8.5 by 14 sublimation paper. Are we overhead, Sadie? So the 8.5 by 14 sublimation paper, I like working with the longer sublimation paper rather than 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to show you how to set up your Canva for an 8.5 by 14. And then we do have a satin silk pillowcase. A satin pillowcase, we did get this one from Walmart. It is the Mainstays brand. The other one that we had came from Amazon. Like we said earlier, the ones from Amazon, we ordered more, they just got lost. So this is the one we're gonna use today. And then of course, if you know about sublimation, you know we're gonna have to have butcher's paper. Butcher's paper is an absolute must when it comes to sublimation, okay? You can use the Cricut Easy Press, but here is the issue that I have found with the Cricut Easy Press. And I can say that this is an issue because I actually just did a video, which will be coming out pretty soon, where I used the Cricut Easy Press for most of the items that I was sublimating. And what happens is you have to keep the pressure on what you're sublimating yourself, which, if you know, holding the Easy Press down, it can get hard when you have to do it for 60 seconds or more, right? So holding it down yourself, not moving it, because if you move it, you can create ghosting with your sublimation item, okay? But you can do it, it's just harder. So just keep that in mind. It is doable. It's not my favorite. It is harder to sublimate with a Cricut Easy Press. Okay?
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to Design Space look at me, I said Design Space. We're gonna go over here to our share screen, and we are going to create our design. So if you are new to Canva, here you'll create an account, and this is going to be the same with free or pro or Canva Pro. It's going to be the same either way. But you're going to come up here to the top right corner, and then you are going to click Create a Design. My personal preference is to always come down here to the bottom to Custom Size, and then type in, make sure this is changed to inches, okay? And then you can type in your width and your height of the piece of paper that you are working on. So if you're working with 8.5 by 11, you would type 8.5, and then your height would be 11, but today we are working with 8.5 by 14, so this is 8.5 by 14. Make sure that it is changed to inches. There are a few different measurements you can work with. We are going to be working with inches today, and then we're going to select Create New Design.
Also, the Lexjet one is linked below. I don't know what I was looking at. I'm so sorry. But the Walmart one I plugged in the chat box. So.
Perfect. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to start designing what we want to put on our pillowcase. So I think that, so you know what? We're just going to go with the downloads that we already have. We'll find something in here that we like. I don't know.
The great thing about sublimation is that you can use literally any image. If we wanted to put a photograph of Lauren's face on this pillow,
yes,
we could. We could put whatever we want on here. So
yes.
the options are endless.
So let's go to our view mode here and see. We've even got fonts that we can just go ahead and download that are in our downloads here that we can use.
Yes.
Look at that. Beautiful.
No, I already seen Groovy Moves, and there's Saturday Night. I can see her.
I love it.
Ooh, I love that drag strip font. It's so cute too.
That would be a really, really good one. We may do the drag strip font. This is a Maker's Gonna Learn font because this is a great one for sublimation because it has detail in it.
Yeah.
And would be great for a little boy. Okay?
Yes, like a little race car.
Yes.
Pillowcase.
Okay. Okay. We're pivoting. We're pivoting. We're pivoting.
And we're working on the website.
And we're working on the website.
I've gotten
so we are going to come back and Sam's got our back.
Yes.
We're working with our 8.5 by 14. So to upload images, let's just go to upload images. And to do that in Canva, we're going to come over here to the little cloud on the left-hand side of the screen that says uploads. So we're going to upload an image. You can see we have lots of different images in here. Love that. So you can either search your uploads or you can upload your own files. So we're just going to click upload files. So once you select your file, once you go to upload files, you're going to select your file. And here you can see it is this is a Maker's Gonna Learn file. All you have to do is drag and drop it, y'all. And that's it as far as, and then you're gonna start your designing, okay?
Right.
So, and yes, there are free photos that you can use within Canva, just in case you all were wondering. So we could even search car.
And Canva Pro will have a lot of options too, like endless amounts of options.
So here you can see there are lots of different like images of cars, but I kind of want to do a cartoon style car.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's do car clip art. And now you can see like it's going to pull up more clip art images. So there's one.
Sometimes if you go when I'm looking for like little cartoony graphics, I always go to elements and then graphics. And it'll give me less photos and more like digital drawings. Yeah.
So elements and then car.
And then it's like more of our vibe, I feel like, you know?
Okay, so that's a little tip. So if you just go to elements instead of photos down here, if you come up here to elements, it will give you your graphics if you search car, it will give you photos if you search car, and it will give you videos if you search car. Now videos are gonna be more of a Canva Pro thing, but for sublimation, we're not gonna use that. And so we're going to want to look at all of the graphics that say car on it. So, oh yeah, no, that's going to be something that
you're going to use that, right?
Oh yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, we're definitely going to use this one.
Should we turn the document size?
Yeah, let's do that. Now Canva Pro, you can resize, but let's just go back to home and I'm going to show you how you can turn it. So if you go to create design, custom size, we're just gonna put our width, change it to inches. We're gonna put our width as the 14 so we can see it better and our height as the 8.5. And that way this is the way we're gonna be designing, okay?
Unless you sleep with your pillow
So we're gonna go back. We're gonna
vertically.
put our car in here.
That is cute.
Yes. Now, for those that have, let's just go ahead. We're gonna go to text, and you can see, like, look at all these. Which, if it has a little crown at the bottom, it's going to be a Canva Pro. But there are still like some really good elements, some really good text. So we'll put it in here, and you can see Canva has, these are our uploaded fonts. But then down here, I think uploaded fonts, and then
And those are all like
here
theirs.
are the popular fonts. And you can see, like, there are quite a few pro fonts, but there are some really good fonts that are not pro too, that are in Canva.
Yeah, for
Okay?
sure. Lots of good options.
If you all are having issues logging on, we are having issues logging on right now, but if you signed up like for Dollar Deal, email hi@makersgonnalearn.com, and customer service is going to be able to take care of you perfect.
Yes, normally we can get in. We've never not been able to get in like this during a live stream, or honestly at other times either.
Yeah. So, what you're going to do, and I know I just did something. So what we're going to do, we're going to come back here to text. To upload your own text into Canva, which once again is a Canva Pro feature. So you can use Maker's Gonna Learn fonts in Canva Pro. We're gonna go to text, and then right here where it says brand kit, you're gonna hit edit where it says brand kit. And then it's gonna pull up logos, colors, fonts, all of this stuff. You're going to go to add new font, and we are going to upload a font here on this second one, okay? We're getting to that now, Deb. So this is, once again, this is a Canva Pro feature, but you can use Maker's Gonna Learn fonts with Canva Pro. So we're gonna go to upload a font. We are going to add new, and we are going to go to our downloads, and we're gonna search drag strip.
And honestly, this is such a roundabout way of getting to upload fonts. Don't you feel like it's hidden?
Oh, for
it's so
Canva?
hidden.
Absolutely, it's hidden, but I thought I was going in a roundabout way.
No, you're doing great. I just feel like Canva has set it up so roundabout to get in. You have to go into the brand kit.
It doesn't make sense.
I know.
Like, it should just be upload font.
Yeah, like in a design software, I feel like that should be like a main button.
So now it's just going to say, please confirm the following. By uploading my own custom font, you acknowledge that you have the right to use this for its intended purposes. And y'all, if you didn't know, all fonts and cut files, as long as you are a Maker's Gonna Learn member, you do have commercial use licensing for all of those. So yes, you do have the right to use it, and you just click yes, upload anyway. And then from there, it's just going to upload that. Christine says to go and you can see drag strip regular right there.
I love it.
Okay. She said that she thought that there was a
another
bottom
way?
left corner says upload font, but I don't see it.
Listen, I've been using Canva forever, and that's the only way I could ever find to do it.
So now we can come here to our uploaded fonts, and it will pull up here, or you can search it, but we're just going to show you. Here's drag strip.
Someone's requesting that you go through one more time showing them how to do the font.
Yes. Okay, so one more time, this is how we are going to add a font. So let's say we're just here on the design portion. Our taskbar, so if you're comparing like Design Space and Canva, Design Space taskbar is going to be across the top. Canvas is all on the left-hand side. So this is, I'm going to call this our taskbar. So we're going to come down here to the bottom where it says text. Bottom right there says upload font. Anyway, this is how I do it. We're going to go to text. Okay. Your brand kit here, you're going to click edit. Edit Brand Kit. And then right here where it says fonts, we're going to add a new font, upload font, and then you would go to Add New, and then you are going to search all of your fonts. So let's find a different font to upload. Actually, let's just search OTF and see if our fonts pull up.
Looky there.
Looky there. So here are all of the fonts that we have downloaded onto the computer. Fellowship is a good one. Let's do that. So I'm going to click Fellowship, Open. Then you're going to confirm that you do have rights to use this. And if you are an MGL member, yes, you do. So yes, upload away. So then it is going to upload the font, and you can see it is there ready to use. You do not have to refresh Canva for it to be there. It's already there because all of this is cloud-based, so it's just automatically going to be there. So from there, you're just going to add in your text. So we're going to type in Asher, if I can spell his name right. And then I'm going to size this down and then make it big. And then you can start the design process. So one thing that I love about Canva is you can add effects to your text. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now you can change the color of your text. You can go ahead and change it to this red, or if you do have a brand, you can upload your brand colors. You can go to your solid colors, or you can go here to add a new color and either type in a hex code or move this around and create a new color. So once you pick your color, then you can go to effects and you can add different effects. Look at that.
Ooh, she's spicy. I like a drop shadow.
I do like a drop shadow, but I think I want this guy. So another thing you can do, let's move this down. You can actually, we're gonna do this and we're gonna send it. This is another thing that has always like confused me with
their positioning.
Yeah, but like sending it to back. It's not allowing me to right here. It is in the back. But it's like, I feel it's kind of like this drop shadow. I want the drop shadow in front of that, but it's, maybe it's because the opacity on it is off. We'll work on it. So we're going to go back to effects. Let's go back to effects. That's what it is. The shadow transparency, and you just can't, because it's more transparent, you can't see it back there. Okay. So you can play around with that. You can change the direction of the drop shadow. You can even blur it out. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I like it because it's not as
You
harsh.
can make it the offset. So let's take the blur back off. You can make the offset sit down further or closer to it. You can even change the color of the drop shadow, let's say to black or whatever other color you want. Or there's all kinds of other things that you can do. So this is, you can kind of make it like a whole shadow behind it. You can make the text hollow. This is kind of like their offset, their outline. If you want to add an offset to something, there you have to go to effects, and then it's the outline position, and then you can make that offset or outline thicker, smaller, all kinds of different things that you can do with it, okay? The echo, the glitch is pretty cool. Not for this design, but I do like that. Or you can change it to a neon effect.
I was thinking neon would look cool, but I don't like that. I like just the drop shadow the best, I think.
Or you can just do the background, which then puts this all the way behind it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you can even curve your text, which I think is very cool. And then you can change the curve one way or the other.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you didn't know. But I do think that I think I'm digging the shadow.
Loving it, feeling it.
Think I'm feeling it. I still think something with this car has got to change. Like I want it like behind it, but it doesn't, I'm not.
What if you like, this is what in my brain, and it may look bad. I was thinking make the car really big, like to fill up as big as it can go, and then lower the opacity so it's kind of transparent, but it's behind there, but not so like
Okay.
there's a huge car behind the name. Does that make sense?
Okay. So what she's saying is putting the car, lowering the opacity of an image, which you can do in Canva. So if you take your image and you go the little grayed out boxes, that's going to be the transparency or the opacity of an image, so you can pull it down, which it is in front of Asher, you can see here. So if we pull it down below there, I just feel like the drop shadow gets lost.
Mm-hmm. And the car really, I mean, you can't see the car as good there.
But the good thing is you can come back and change it.
Yep. This is what we do for fun, you guys.
Yeah. This is
play around with the designs. Even in the bottom left there is cute, Lauren. Even if the name's not centered on the pillowcase.
Yeah. But it's something about, let me go back. I think I want to change the color of Asher's name.
Oh yeah, maybe that would.
To black.
Oh, okay. That's better already.
And then go back to effects, and then maybe the transparency of that drop shadow, bring it up so it matches more this color of the car.
That's cute.
But it's still kind of, you see the car?
Can we flip the image of the car so it's facing out? So like the front.
Yes.
That might look weird.
So you can flip images. Okay. So let's flip it horizontally.
I wonder if you sent Asher to the back, how it would look.
Let's try it. We're going to go to position. We're going to send Asher to the back.
I don't hate it.
I don't either.
Once the positioning is, oh, okay.
I think that's it.
That's money right there. That looks good. Oh, Asher's gonna have like the coolest pillowcase of anybody I ever knew.
That's it. I think that's it.
That's
because
cute.
the shadow, you can see, like, I might pull the car down just a smidgen.
Yeah.
But like that, like the car's driving out of the name.
I want one.
Pretty dope.
Can you change it to Alicia?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, everybody's saying I like that better. And the good thing is you can make this, because we have made this sheet of paper 8.5 by 14, you can size this up to fill the whole sheet of paper.
Oh yeah.
So we might even this is what is so much fun about designing, is you can play around with it until you get it right.
Right.
I just want you all to know and understand, we never get it right on the first time.
This is what we go through whenever we're coming up with projects. I mean, we're sitting in our craft room playing around.
I mean, what do we think about it coming out of that side?
I like it on the other side better.
Like that right there.
Yeah, maybe a little smaller. The car.
I made it a little bigger a while ago.
Like, it's like getting away.
Yeah. Okay.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. Now that we have that done, what you're going to do is we're going to share this, okay? So we're going to share it. We're going to download it. From the download, we are working with a PNG. You don't have to worry about transparent background. Really, transparent background is just for, once again, it's just for pro users, but it really comes in handy with like SVGs and things like that. So we're just going to download it. It's going to download onto your computer. We're going to open it up, and then we are going to print. So we're going to change this to our SureColor F170. We are not working with US letter. We are working with legal paper, which is your 8.5 by 14. Now, one thing I do want to show you, so you can scale this to fit, fill entire image, scale it here. If you wanted to scale it, you can scale it to 100, which means it's going to print 100% of that. It's going to fill it up completely. I normally like to just make sure I scale it to 100 just so it is exactly the way that I designed it, okay? One thing that you are going to want to make sure with the SureColor is color matching, okay? So especially if you are working with actual photos, like if you're working with photos of people, you're gonna wanna make sure that you come over here and you select color sync, okay? And the reason I say color sync is because that means it's gonna print the exact colors that it sees here. If you go to Epson Color Controls, it tends to print a little deeper. And I'm actually gonna pull this overhead here just a second and show you the difference. Okay, so since we're talking about Asher, we'll just go ahead and show you the difference. So this is what I printed with the Epson Color Controls. Does it look bad? It doesn't look terrible, but it looks burnt.
Yeah.
Because it deepened all of those colors, when in reality, this was the color of the photo that I was trying to print. And this one I used color sync, and it synced with the colors that it saw on the computer. So this is the colors that you need to do if you are, especially if you're working with pictures of people. Now, there are instances where the Epson Color Controls look better. Mm-hmm. I have just gotten to where I'm a color sync. I just go back, I go in there and change it to color sync. If you are working, let's say with an Epson, just an eco tank that you have converted, you have to go in there and manually change your color profiles with the regular Epson eco tank. And we actually go over that in the sublimation course. But if you have the sublimation, the SureColor F170 sublimation printer, if you'll go where you say, where it has preview layout and all of this, it should be the same across a Windows and a Mac computer. If you have the F170, then you should have the color matching options. If you just, where it goes right here, in the drop down, it should say preview, layout, color matching on all of this stuff. Sometimes the printers come with basic print options. One thing that I did do is I did download the Epson advanced printer drive, or I thought you had to with these printers. It was like a Epson printer drive that you had to download. So if you've not downloaded that, just Google, if you Google Epson SureColor driver, it will come up and you can download it for Windows or Mac. So I did do that. If you haven't, just make sure you do that. Okay, so we're going back, color matching. I'm using the color sync. I'm going to do it on the general purpose textiles because we are going to be working with textiles. And then just so you guys know, just so you see, if you go to print settings, I keep it on normal for this one, but it automatically checks that mirror image every single time, okay? Every single time, which is, I love it. So now that we've done that, we're just gonna hit print.
Until you you mirror your image and then you print it and you're like, why is it the right way? I mirrored it.
I did that. If you have an option to download the advanced printer drive, I would, just because I feel like it gives you more options when it goes to print to really like hone in on your printer.
I agree.
So while that is printing, we are going to, oh my, I'm using the same Karma Brothers shirt. Love it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our pillowcase, and let's just go ahead and show you guys, let's see. I thought that it would tell us the
content.
100% polyester satin. So I know we had somebody ask silk and satin. This is 100% polyester satin, just so you know. Okay, we are taking this tag out. So I'm gonna cut out this tag just because, like I was saying earlier, the last time I did this, I didn't cut out the tag, and I don't know why, but like when I added heat to it, it was like the ink on the tag came through on the pillowcase. So,
well, we're learning that you can sublimate with black inkjet ink.
I know.
So I'm wondering, like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but you can we haven't really done a lot of experimenting, but apparently you can print with black ink with an inkjet printer and then sublimate onto things. I don't know how well that works. That could be a rumor, but
we've not done it yet.
Yeah, we haven't tested it, but like that happening to the tag onto the silk makes me think like, okay, maybe they're onto something.
Okay, so in case you all were wondering what I was doing, okay, I am taking some butcher's paper and I am putting it on the inside of this pillowcase because this is a fabric that is easily sublimated all the way through.
Yes.
Okay? So this is a must when working with this satin pillowcase, okay? We are putting it all the way through, and I'm actually going to, I'm not cutting this one. I'm just
Are you gonna double it up?
No.
Oh.
I'm putting it down here.
Okay.
Because I'm going to flatten this area out before I put this on there.
Oh, Megan says satin is a type of weave. You can have silk satin or polyester satin.
So,
okay.
This is polyester satin.
Just the sublimatable kind.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm doing now, and for those that want to know, I'm sublimating at 385. And I'm doing, I did sublimate this. I saw a couple different people sublimate on satin before, and they did it at like 400, which to me, I'm not sublimating yet, by the way. I'm just getting the creases out of the pillowcase. To me, I feel like was very hot, and I felt like it burnt my images. So I don't think 400 is, I think 400 is almost too hot. Mm-hmm. So we are subbing at 385. I'm bringing it back over. And we're just gonna tape this guy down. Now y'all know me and know that I normally like using the sublimation spray, the heat spray.
I was about to ask you.
Well, so I didn't with this because the polyester is such a, or the satin, this is such a, I don't know.
You're worried about like it making a...
Yeah, I just feel like it's just, you're just better off with this specific one just to tape it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway. Okay, we're gonna bring it back over here and we are going to sublimate this, and I'm gonna pull the pressure up just a little bit. I feel like my pressure was a little much. And we are going to sublimate this at 385 for 60 seconds.
And y'all also be aware of the size of your printing. Like if you do have a wide format printer and you're sublimating, make sure you're not printing an image that is way too big for your press. And if you are, make sure you know how to split up an image and press it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like if that were bigger, our press is what, 15 by 15? Uh-huh. So if you had like a 20-inch image, you're not gonna be able to press it all at once. You've gotta like think about it before you go to press it all.
Let's do the big reveal and then we'll talk about it when we sit down.
This is the best part.
Oh,
she looks good.
Look how toot.
That's even better than I thought it was going to be. That looks good.
It's like you didn't have any faith in me or something.
No, I'm just like, it looks amazing on the computer, but it looks like even better in real life. You can see the drop shadow color there so much better than I can on the screen.
Oh, I can like looking at it right there. It's hard to see the drop shadow color. So let's pull it up here. Can you see it better there?
Yeah, that looks bomb.
Ah,
It's like
love
better
it.
on the pillowcase than even in Canva, and it already looked good in Canva.
I know.
That looks so good.
I know. That's a good one.
I'm obsessed.
That's a good one. And y'all, we created this like designed it in like 5 minutes.
Literally.
Like 5 minutes using a stock image from Canva. And now we did use one of our Makers Gonna Learn fonts, but I feel like this is something that you all could do, probably with stock images in Canva and a, like, you know what I mean?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
I love it.
Look at it. Okay.
Hello, 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 everyone! Welcome back to the Makers Gonna Learn YouTube channel.
We're so glad to have you, and we're so excited to talk about some really good stuff today.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited because this is Sublimation Week. And one of the cool things about Sublimation, which we're gonna talk about all today, is things that you are gonna be able to sell well within, getting started with Sublimation. Things that you are going to be able to make and sell really well. So with Cricut projects, we always have friends that talk about like, Tanner, I'm scared to sell a heat transfer vinyl shirt because eventually, after probably 60 washes or so, it's going to start peeling or just looking more, a little bit more wear and tear.
Right.
Screen printing. This is a screen printed shirt, and the more that I wear this shirt, the more that I wash this shirt, eventually the screen printing is going to look vintage.
Yes.
So Sublimation is the one thing that is not really going to have that effect. So you're going to notice there's a lot more things to invest in. I wouldn't say there's more things than Cricut.
No. I mean, it's the same.
Cricut needs a heat element.
Yes.
Cricut needs a printer.
Yes.
You need the Cricut machine.
Yes.
You need vinyl.
I mean,
you need transfer tape.
Yeah.
You need weeding tools.
Okay.
You need,
so,
in
the grand scheme of things, for sublimation, you need a printer.
Yeah.
You need tape.
Yeah.
You need your blanks.
Your ink, your paper.
Ink, paper, heat press.
Wow. And once you get the base, that's what I kind of wanted this week to be about. Like, once you have the base, the things you're ordering constantly are going to be blanks.
Right.
More ink. And maybe butcher's paper and the transfer tape.
Oh, I did. I said tape, but the butcher's paper was the only thing I forgot. So that's 7.
Yeah. So within under 10 items that are core elements of the projects, like that's kind of what's crazy to me. And the design quality. You're not having to have a craft room full of vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, paper. It's a different medium, which is really fun just to experiment with. Know when and where to use what.
Yes. Yeah. And there's been, so some of you all maybe, you all know, we're in the South, so sublimation down here is huge.
Walmart, I mean, I see it everywhere.
Yes. So this could be a market, if it's not huge in your area, that you could break into very easily and earn your money back, like have that, you are gonna have that upfront cost.
Yeah.
But if you are breaking into a market that's not big in your area,
definitely,
you can be on the front end of this. And I'm telling you, once people start seeing it and actually get the quality and see what kind of quality sublimation is, they start buying like hotcakes.
And that's the best part, because you're gonna charge, say for the t-shirts, like the bleach dyed t-shirts, people are charging like $25 for this t-shirt because it's such a complex design that, Cricut people are charging $20 and then you're able to charge a little bit more because the designs are more complex. You're getting so much more. So I want to encourage you guys to think about just selling them to serve others in your area. We've done a lot of market research. It's really only big in the South. California, certain parts has a starting to get more popular. I can't tell if it's getting more popular out there or just with the dense volume, a small percentages. So it's hard to tell that from our research, but we love it. You're gonna love it. And we are just gearing up, just to be like quite frank, over the next few weeks, towards the end of the month, we have a free training week where I'm coaching you guys on the 5 secrets to make money selling your crafts, even if you've never sold before. So if you love that, I'll be posting many more times about it. You'll be sick of it before the end of it, but it's gonna be super, super fun. So we are so excited, and I love it. This is part of why I wanted Sublimation Week, because I kind of missed sublimating. Maybe I selfishly wanted to do this. But we love sublimation, and I think you all will too. This right here is a license plate, and this is actually, we're gonna go over 5 things that you could easily make and sell. First of all, we probably could have done 30 things to make and sell.
Yes.
Because they're almost all easy to, they're all pretty easy to make and sell. So there's not necessarily any that are super hard, but I wanted to give you guys 5 that would like be able to give you guys instant success and things like that. So let's talk, this is a blank. So you would purchase a blank. This is a blank phone case. I'm trying to see if I have any other ones. But yeah, they're all just like white. So it'd be like a mug. It would be like a tumbler without any design on it. It'd be white. That is a blank. Now there are things to spray on other items to make it a sublimation coated item. I don't love that. I wouldn't do that for selling purpose. I would do that for like personal use.
Yeah, unless there's a spray that really like changes the game, and there has not been anything that's come out recently that changes the game, then it would be one of those like play around with it.
Yeah.
If you want to sublimate on a darker shirt for personal use, using, like he said, the glitter HTV or the, I think there's an easy Subli paper that you can print on and then do it on black shirts for.
There's a few. There's the Subli. I love that material she speaks of. One thing I don't love about the spray is I get yellowing. Like I get a little yellow, like, you know, the residue, it just doesn't feel the same as doing a true sublimation project. One thing I saw a lot of on our Monday show, where I was really diving into all the supplies you need, I teach based on a beginner level. So meaning there are people, and you know, even some of our team and myself could do, you know, the sublimation coatings. But what I look for is doing it multiple times, and do I run into mistakes? Are there flaws in the system? And if there's flaws, that is why we dive into that. I have learned the convection oven over the mug press is a game changer for my results when it comes to full wrap tumblers with no issues, okay? So that is super, super fun, and we love, love, love that. So before we dive in, I'm trying to make sure we answer all the questions before we kind of just dive into the products, because it'll not be too long. Does the glitter show through? I'm assuming my friend Trish is talking about how I love sublimating on glitter heat transfer vinyl and applying that heat transfer vinyl onto my shirt. Yes, and it looks stunning.
It does, but if you're doing it for a man's t-shirt,
yeah, like no,
maybe
that's not.
I mean,
I did a onesie, so I guess it just looked really good on the onesie.
Yeah.
But yes. And I love it, and it is so good. I was talking to my friend Blake and Courtney yesterday, and I wanted to throw this idea at Lauren. So the convection oven is kind of, I mean, not cheap, but it's not expensive.
Right.
But they're thrift store people. And what's the one thing you always see at the thrift store? The convection oven.
Little toaster like ovens.
Yeah, the toaster oven. You could literally get one of these at the thrift store.
Yeah.
For probably like $15. And I said the only thing I would do would be like leaf blow it out, like shake it out from all the, you know, the toast crumbs and stuff. So it is a lot of fun. Renee, I purchased the course a while ago. I just went through the beginning. I need to find time and go through the course. Please, yes, please, please, please. And Miss Lisa, here's our favorite paper. It's A-Sub. This is like industry standard, my friend. A-Sub, A-Sub, A-Sub. I love it. Katrina, if you're a member of Maker's Gonna Learn, all of our print and cut files are amazing to start looking at to manipulate and make sublimation files. I have used the heat presses with the mug attachment. I will tell you, it is a little interesting. There's things you have to screw in, there's attachments. All heat presses are not made the same. There's a 15-in-1 heat press that I tested a while ago, and that mug attachment just didn't have the best heat. I didn't get the best results, so I've been hesitant ever since. So yes, in theory you could though. You can use printer paper to iron on your designs, or am I correct? So, Danny, there is, you technically can use copy paper. Lauren, did you know that?
Yeah.
You can technically use the copy paper.
It's just not gonna be as bright.
It's not gonna be as bright. And because when you look at this paper, I mean, this is not your regular printer paper. It has a really smooth back, and it has, I would argue, a little grit. Not a lot of grit.
No.
Not grit. It's just, this is gonna allow you to absorb up that ink from your printer, and then it's gonna take it and it's gonna give you flawless transfers. For example, this is very bright. This is very, you know, you're able to see it really well. This is actually probably a better example, Sadie and her lovely boyfriend. This is something where you want a lot of the ink to be able to feed into that project, so it's vibrant when it's on the phone case. That is why we use Sublimation paper, and this stuff is not cheap, so I definitely recommend it. I wouldn't skimp on it. If I'm skimping on if I had to skimp on something, I personally wouldn't skimp on the paper. That's just my personal recommendation and things like that. So I taught you guys how to make this beautiful. Like, I teach the designing, I teach using, there's multiple patterns in here. So this is a glitter pattern you get, you know, cheetah, you can build this whole thing with me. You get this file ready to go. So I taught you how to do this using a mug press, and the mug press, my friend, took 24 minutes. Because what we were doing was, I believe it was 6 minutes, rotate it 90 degrees, 6 minutes, flip it around, 6 minutes, flip it again, 6 minutes. This took 24 minutes for one. The convection oven we have was able to do it in 8 minutes, did we rotate it 3 minutes? 4 minutes total, we rotated 2 minutes.
I thought so.
It was 6 to 8 minutes total or something like that. 4 to 8 minutes, but you get this beautiful design. The results is flawless. Like, let's go to the overhead real quick. This is like my favorite one to show. The edging is flawless. The bottom is like my favorite part. So like, this is the edge, and like, it's beautiful. It's right here. I mean, do you see these crisp lines? Sadie, let me know if I need to move this so you can just see these crisp lines. And I love it. April, do you teach Inkscape or Illustrator? Okay, this is another good one. I teach you Canva for Sublimation. I teach you Inkscape for Sublimation, and I teach you Cricut Design Space for Sublimation. So it's incredible. Sadie, would you be able to grab the garden flag we had on Monday's show? I think we have quite a few new friends here that didn't get to see it. It actually says "Love the McCoys" on it.
Oh yeah, it does. And also, while she's grabbing that, one thing that I do want to address is Audrey says, is there a reason that the butcher paper leaves brown on the shirt? It shouldn't leave brown at all.
People have been up in arms. Can they use brown? Can they use pink butcher's paper? My answer is no.
So if your butcher paper is leaving brown, probably what's happening, the
heat press is getting warm.
The heat press is getting too hot and burning your fabric. That's the only time anything sublimation of mine has turned brown, is when the butcher paper is not covering the fabric and the heat press gets too hot. Yeah,
sometimes my butcher's paper will get a little brown, and that's okay. Like, it's not too bad.
Yeah, the butcher paper will
get brown. But if your
brown.
shirt's getting, let's not let your shirt get brown.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've had friends ask, I actually teach you how to design this in Inkscape. I sliced out, in our 200 files, which I'll show you here in a moment, I give a lot of these shapes and I give a lot of patterns. So I teach you how to merge them together, slice this out in Inkscape. I teach you how to add in your cross. I teach you how to use your fonts, do an offset, add your font down here, all in Inkscape, which is free, and it will let you do, this is larger than a Cricut print and cut size and is so, so good. So what I want you to do is, it is so good. And Carol, any butcher's paper is not going to have a shiny or wax side. People sometimes want to use freezer paper. Don't use that. Don't use wax paper. Butcher's paper is literally just a white, thicker paper.
So I think a lot of people get confused
with freezer paper.
Freezer paper, butcher paper,
Yeah.
parchment paper.
Yeah.
All three of those are different.
Different. So very different. So let's dive into our 5 different projects. So first up, the phone case is such a great idea. This is something you're going to be able to easily customize, make, and sell. I highly recommend the option of doing something personal. This is actually Sadie. Sadie, this is your debut right here on the YouTube channel. This is Sadie and this is Shane. So what I love, y'all, if you have a business Instagram, if you have a business Facebook page, Lauren, how easy would it be for people to say, hey, I want the phone case. I want to have this photo. Within minutes, you're gonna be like, okay, making sold. Like,
Right.
Not a lot of processing time.
All you have to do is get the picture that they need from them.
Yes.
And all you're going to be doing is resizing that.
Yeah.
How simple is that? Like, that's something, if you are at a craft fair, you could take, because
Yes.
that piece in there
Yeah,
is
let's take a
metal.
look at it. So this is actually this. Yeah. So this is how you would order it, and then when you open it up, you get, this is it. The metal is the secret. So this is where you actually sublimate on. And then here's the phone case. So
Imagine being at a craft fair. I mean, you would have to, if you did this, you would have to have, access to electricity.
Yeah.
But because you can do it and get it done and personalized within 5 or 10 minutes,
Yeah.
all they have to do is send you that picture.
Literally.
Imagine how much more you could charge for that.
Right on the spot.
'cause it's
People want
on-spot
instant
personalization.
gratification. They love that. Fall festivals, all the things, school fest, things like that. So then you peel this up. This is adhesive. And then you stick it right down here. Bada boom. And wow, like you have an amazing, amazing phone case, just like this one right here. And the quality is perfection.
So there's not a template specifically for that phone case. All you would do is you would print off the picture. So let's just say you may have to size it down from a 4x6 to however. Why don't you measure how big
let's
that
measure
phone
it.
case
It's
is.
not bad at all.
So you would just size your picture down, and then you would take your scissors and cut out that little corner
Literally.
where it's at. And then all we did was tape those edges really good. And you can lay it in your convection oven, and you can do 3 or 4 of those at a time.
Yeah, so you can see that this is 3 1/4 by about 6 1/2. So that is kind of the what I would do, and just make sure you address for about 2 inches up here at the top for that camera. That's the secret sauce right there, my friend.
And think about how many pictures you can get on one sheet of paper.
Yeah, literally, you would be able to really turn these out really quickly and rock it. So this is a great one. I mean, guys, this is so affordable. Depending on how much you're paying for your blank, this is something you would charge anywhere from $15 at the absolute lowest up to, again, like $25, which is incredible.
Oh, I was thinking more like 20 to 35,
Wow.
depending on how much
Yeah.
personalization you want.
That's true. That is true. I mean, it's
Tell me
really
where you can get a
customizable.
phone case less than $20.
That's true, Lauren. You're right. The inflation these days.
I know.
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. So Jade, I have a program that teaches you exactly how to sell. So if you haven't sold before, stay tuned. Later on this week, I will share with you more about that, because we have a free training this month. So I want to make sure you get there. Later this month, I'm teaching you exactly how to start selling if you've never even sold before with 5 secrets. So this is awesome, number 1. Next up, I love this. So this is like a watercolor set. If you guys like simplistic sublimation, this is a great way to just be able to move together some really good designs. So this is a simple sublimation design, but I wanted to show this to you because it's a set. That is incredible. Whether you've got your koozie or your little car coasters, these go in your little holder in your car, and then you have the matching koozie. So this is a great little set for you to be able to sell together. You could sell separately. You could do photos on here, whatever you want to do. We just did this watercolor one, which is really, really fun. So this is another great thing that you can buy and sell, and that is incredible. And the best part is, y'all, in my program, Design Make Sell, I teach you everything you need to know about pricing your projects. So if you're here saying, I think I would charge this, I think I would charge that, the best part is, the truth of the matter is that you need to charge what is worth it to you to make the project. Whatever is going to get you your desired wage for making the project. I teach that inside Design Make Sell. So the doors are opening later this month. So stay tuned for that. If you have thought about selling your projects, you'll really love it. After we can take a look at that, license plates are random, but so fun.
And they are, and they're one of those that are super easy.
Yes.
But while we're on this easy, I want to address, Choose Kind said it's hard to charge for something that I do that I think is so easy. But here's the thing.
This is not easy.
You have the equipment.
Yes.
You have the knowledge.
Yes.
Yes, it is easy for you, but not everyone has the equipment or the knowledge to do that. So it's easier for them to drop $20, $30, $40 on something like this.
Your skill set, your investment into your business
And yourself
is the product.
Yes.
Like, it's not just, oh, it took me 10 minutes. Guess what? How long would it take them if they decided today that they wanted any of these projects? Someone that has no craft experience, someone that just wants to do that, it would not take them 5 minutes. So what takes you 5 minutes to make a phone case didn't actually take you 5 minutes, because what's happening here is you're discounting the time that you've took doing the research because you love it, right? You love doing that. Think about how much time you've spent watching videos, researching. It's a lot of time, I know, because you love what you do. So you're making sure you do it the best. That's why you're here. So you take into account research time, crafting time, setting up your material supplies, the money invested. Y'all, do not undercut yourself if you feel like you can charge, okay? But I also want to let you all know, if you are getting a lot of orders, I personally think that's a reason why you should up your price. If you have an influx of orders, you cannot handle the volume, that means you're pricing too low.
Yes.
So definitely think about increasing your price then. There's so many different reasons you need to, definitely, price aggressively and things like that. So definitely there's not a one price fits all formula. It's about, at the end of the day, what is it worth it to you, and really sit with it, really do the work with it. And the answer cannot be, I love this and it's free.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do that, if you want to do that, that is a charity, that is amazing. If you are not profitable, you have a hobby. If you are profitable and you're making money move, that is a business. That is the difference between the two. So license plates, this is kind of self-explanatory. They're awesome. They're affordable. Not a lot of people, I feel like, are selling them, but I feel like they're really, if you can do the right designs, this is the one thing to sell these well. I would recommend making sure you are doing good design research. Make sure you do some really, really good design research. But license plate phone cases, we love mugs. Mugs are incredible, because I would not sell a mug unless it's a sublimation mug. It's incredible. So definitely check that out. The quality of sublimation mugs, sublimation in general, is amazing. Next up, the skinny full wrap tumblers. Y'all, this is a art. Full wrap tumblers is an art.
And I've been waiting for you to pick that one up, because we've had a lot of people ask about, how do I not get ghosting at the top? How do I not do this? Well, first of all, we do teach you exactly how to in the sublimation course.
$70 off.
But the key to that, I'm not going to really give away all of our secrets.
But there's really good ones.
There's one. I mean, make sure you use plenty of tape. You can never use too much tape. And that's what I will say. You can never use too much tape.
Yeah, and yes, there is a training option before the 28th, so that's awesome. There's a skill, there's multiple things you have to overcome. My biggest part that I struggled with was making sure this bottom was flawless. For some reason, the bottom was the hardest part for me.
It is harder, but
it's worth it.
Listen, I want you all to not be so hard on yourselves, because with sublimation, and the reason I'm saying this
is we've had to be kind to ourselves.
we had to learn to not be so hard on ourselves. But I was in Walmart, y'all.
Oh, I forgot.
You forgot about this.
I forgot about this.
Picture,
we will show
I'm
you.
going to show you this picture. The horrendous sublimation that they were trying to sell at Walmart. And this was a brand that I have a couple of their water bottles. And I love their water bottles, but let me tell you, the creases and the absolute absurdity that this was. So that's
they need to hire
saying,
Lauren to do quality assurance. She needs to report that.
Somebody, anybody that can see could see that should have been trying to sell.
I love it. Well, and then next we have the shirts. Whether you're selling a onesie, whether you are selling a sweatshirt, a t-shirt, anything like that, you are going to get such great reviews. Your shirts are probably gonna be your bestseller. Like seriously, they are going to be such an amazing one. But yes, recap, phone cases, tumblers, mugs, license plates, t-shirts, onesies, koozies. These are some great things to get started when you're thinking about selling with sublimation. And that is so much fun. What we're actually making today.
Listen,
it's innovative.
I'm
it's
in
the
love
holiday
with this
season.
Blanket.
Oh my gosh.
Look how beautiful.
Oh my goodness. So this is for Courtney's mum because up north they're not mammas, they're mums, and that's precious. So these are some of her pictures. They're adorable. And then what you have down here at the very bottom, after you do 12 photos, you have these are some of my favorite things.
How precious.
I love. Now guys, we have to share with you the secret because everybody's gonna wanna know where to get the blanket.
Yes.
Because if you are not interested in sublimation, I don't wanna say by the end of today's live, I want you to be, but I kinda want you to be.
Oh, absolutely. Because
the holiday season's approaching, you may not know what to ask for Christmas. Lauren, I don't know if your family's starting to ask you for gift ideas.
They have. They've been asking me for the last month. And Tanner, I don't know. I just don't know what to tell them.
Neither do I. But I think for a lot of our crafter friends, sublimation would be great. Yes. Oh my goodness. Someone looking to get you a big ticket, the printer. Someone looking to get you another big ticket, maybe a heat press. Treat yourself to some of the inks, the blanks, things like that. Because believe it or not, sublimation does not require that much material. Like you're not stocking your house full of vinyl, which is impressive.
Right. And it really is the gift that keeps on giving because you get to have fun making and being creative.
Yes.
But then at the same time, this is like quality stuff that you can turn around and sell and make money off of.
Let's go ahead and go to the overhead real quick just to try to explain to you, for anyone that does not know what sublimation is, this right here, guys, what happens is you get a printed sheet, which we're going to talk about. So this is a printed sheet on sublimation paper with the sublimation ink. And what happens here is when heat activates that ink on the material, it opens up pretty much the pores of the fabric.
Right.
It absorbs in and seals it. Like, this is a fuzzy blanket. I'm just so impressed at how it got through. Truth be told, it actually goes through the blanket, like all the way through, just to show you the back. Like, it doesn't go all the way through the fabric, but you know, it's crazy that your butcher's paper, you get ink through it, but it doesn't show up here.
Yes.
It's a very professional look. I love it. Super.
Yes.
Wash it as many times as you want. Love it.
And you don't have to have the clamshell heat press to do sublimation. You can do it with your Cricut heat press.
Now, let me go ahead and share with you. To do one of these photos, you can use a easy press.
Yes.
It will take about 2 presses. Not too crazy, but we have loved using the clamshell. I mean, we love using the heat press. Obviously, the heat press is a little bit easier. We'll talk about that in today's training because you can just go over here really easily and, you know, press it. But with the clamshell, you have to work around the clamshell. So you have the blanket. I haven't even got to tell you where we got our blanket from.
Y'all are going to die.
It's really funny. This is a blanket. It's 50 inches by 60 inches, just to give you guys like true to size. This is from Five Below. So it was $5.
That's it.
That's it. Now, Lauren and I have pointed out while she was helping me prep, we were in this craft room, and they're all not cut perfectly straight.
Right.
So that's okay. We don't have. It does not have to be perfect.
No, it is still a good quality blanket.
It's still an amazing quality.
Right.
We just want to let you guys know when we talk about lining these up and things like that, you may notice the edge like might warp out a little bit. That can be normal. I've actually found that on I think I've worked with 3 or 4 of these now, and that's kind of normal. So that's totally fine. We're super, super excited. And the best part about this is you actually, where each photo is a little bit larger than Cricut print and cut settings, you are going to need to work in another software to get your photos set up. Sounds a little scary, but not bad at all.
No.
Super doable. We're going to kind of walk you through setting that up today. Very basic. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know about, in Maker's Gonna Sublimate, we only use free programs to help you design.
We're
only
not
free.
Right, because we want you to get the best bang for your buck. So we want to
Yes.
teach you. We know that
The
you all are
hacks to
paying
save
for
money.
our course. So we want to
Yes.
try in every way possible to help you all save money other places.
100%. Now, we're using Cricut Design Space where it makes sense. We're using Inkscape where it makes sense. And I even teach you guys how to use the StarCraft, or the StarCraft printer. I'm thinking about my heat press. The Sawgrass printer.
Yes.
And we teach that too. So all of these softwares are able to kind of collaborate together and pick which one you like the best. We also use Canva, which we're featuring today. And I love it. This was our finished one. This one's actually going to Courtney's grandmother, like I was sharing with you. But today, I want to walk you through what it's going to look like for you to make today's sublimation project. So,
Terry
Hey,
says
Terry.
that there is a Epson Eco Tank at Walmart for $1.99.
that's amazing. Now, there also is an Eco Tank at Costco. I've seen so many people post. That's the same one we have.
Okay.
So you can grab that one at Costco. I think it's $2.49. It may come with some other things, but it's probably very similar to the one you will be working with from Costco or anything like that. So here's what we've got going on today, my friends. I have already went ahead. Well, Miss Lauren helped me get this one prepped. So this one's prepped with 9 photos, 10 photos. So what we're going to do today, for the sake of being live, we're going to do 2 photos, and then we're going to line up our text. So we're using those 2 fonts that are linked on the sign up page for bootcamp. You can find the links to those. I'll tell you the names real quick before we forget about it. Again, those links are available to you, and you can see at the bottom, because we're on day 5, you can see right here that you get the links for the fonts right here, the printer, the tape. I mean, everything we're using, you can rock it. So you could use the large heat press, the mat. We're just using the clamshell today, so we've kind of switched up what we recommended just as we learned more about making this project. So what does a sublimation printer do? I don't know what sublimation means. So Brandy, one last example before we move into this. Sublimation, you print out a design with special sublimation ink and then special sublimation paper. This is mirrored. So just like heat transfer vinyl, we've mirrored these images. And then after that, we will apply them down. So I'll actually tape this with heat resistant tape onto the blanket. We will insert into the heat press. We will heat this at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. After that, you will see all this ink. There will be some left over, but all of the ink will be on your blanket. And what we love about it, it's permanent. So it's permanent. You can wash it, you can dry it, your HTV's not gonna peel up, this isn't gonna start peeling, flaking, it's absorbed into the fibers of the fabric, which you have to have with high polyester count. If you are not using something 65% polyester, personally, I would not worry with it. I don't wanna waste my time if I'm not working with anything 65% and up. So yes, I love it, love it, love it. Is there a right side of the paper? Yes. It has the brand name on the back, and it has the plain paper on the top, so it's really easy to figure out. So yay, the Brenda. This is 100% polyester blanket from Five Below.
Yep, Five Below.
50 inches by 60 inches is the size today. So yay, I love it. Does it fade after time. Very little, not any noticeable fading I've seen with my sublimation projects. And as you guys can see, I showed my sublimation printer I bought in 2019. I've had great results. So the durability of it is just very different than heat transfer vinyl. So if you're ready, we're gonna take a look at what it looks like to set up these projects in Canva. I think this will be the best way for you to learn of just seeing how it's done in Canva. Now, if this is brand new to you, let us know just so that we can kind of help you and make sure that we're helping you at the best of your abilities.
Now, Canva is honestly a pretty easy, I feel like it is a very user-friendly software.
Heck yes.
For you all to learn. If you don't, it is a free software. You can honestly make some of the best graphics and stuff for free in this software.
A lot of businesses use this, totally. We use Canva for business.
I use it in my old job all the time to make like social media graphics and things like that.
So we went ahead and measured what we wanted each photo to be. So we took the size we had of our blanket and we kind of designed out how many images and what size they are. So each photo, look at all these new,
I
love Canva.
You all definitely need to go check out Canva and just play around for a little bit.
Yes, for sure. It's free. They do have a paid version, as most places do.
Right.
But it's great. So, PETA, you can also do this in the Silhouette software, but it is larger than the mat. But I'm sure you can, work around that and things like that. So, what are our photo sizes? So, these photos right here are 10 inches by 13 inches. So we went ahead and set up the printer page to be this size. So we're going to print this true to size, everything like that. We just clicked add page and that's how we got these multiple pages. So then we were able to, set the size. So if you need to go in and set your size, it's up in the left-hand corner. So 13 by 19. That's the size of paper we have. That's everything we're doing. So we set that 13 by 19 custom size. And then we, on each page, imported a photo by going to photos, or uploads. And we were able to see all these are all the sublimation projects we've been kind of playing around with and designing, but you just kind of bring in a photo and then you size it for half the page, just like that. And then once you're done, you'll have that. So we did that for all 12 of our photos. This blanket is for my mom. These are all our dogs over the past decade. My mom had a lot. This is Gus. Look at my baby Gus right here. He's adorable, and it's awesome. So this is Trouble. This is Haley. And then what we did was, this is our hack. So we have a huge text box that we used. You use the text boxes just like you would in Cricut Design Space. We imported the fonts, everything, and we set it up on 2 mats. So we'll be able to do this, Lauren, really easily.
Yeah.
I mean, the fun part is about to start because we already printed out our pages. What I like to do, this is just me, I like to, after I set all these up, I like to press download. We're using PNG.
I always download mine.
Always. So then we press download. Now look what's going to happen. It's going to download, and then I'm going to open it in the software that is on my computer to open that. So that is awesome. And it's downloading just very quickly. I'm about to open them right here and just select it. And then when they're open, here's what we're doing. So this is my tip. I'm going to press Command P, and I'm going to be able to select my printer. So I would consider using the Workforce. I'm going to go down here to Media and Quality, make sure it's on the best. And then I want to actually, let me make sure.
Kimberly, while he's doing that, we do cover the bleaching shirts in the sublimation class, and ways to do it, ways to not, all different things.
Yes. So go down here to print settings, and I want to go ahead and select mirror image. So mirror image, and this is something we teach in the class, is how to set up everything perfectly. You can go to all of these, there's so many different ones, and I go over this in the course, so you're gonna love that. I changed my media type from bright white paper because we're using a really matte paper. So premium matte, we're gonna turn mirror on, and print it out. A secret is after you set up these settings once, you can click a preset, and I already have one. So this is my Sublimation for StarCraft photos. I already set this up. So all of these things, mirrored, everything like that. Stacy asked a great question. How long do I have access to the program after I purchase? Guys, you have it for a lifetime. So print that out. So you'll be able to create a preset with all your favorite settings, print that out, things like that, and you'll be good to go. And then once they print out, let's go ahead to the overhead and take a look right here. So what we did was we went ahead and cut our photos. So this is one sheet. So see where the two photos, we cut that in half. So this right here is one sheet. So we cut that. These are our last two photos. And then, as you can see, we'll cut this right here. So you would take this and just cut it. Now, I do want to give a little piece of advice. A lot of our friends, and myself included, I'm like, please be careful when you are working with this paper. The reason why is because I could scratch this paper, Lauren, and guess what? The ink would literally come off.
Yeah.
So if you have like really sweaty hands, be careful because it could smudge.
Be very careful.
Be careful with that.
It's very, just be careful.
You learn what you're able to do and things like that. So then this is our font. So we're literally going to be able to, since it's mirrored, this will go first. So these are, and you can kind of see through here. You could, this is kind of cool. You could cut around this.
Yeah.
But where ours is kind of set up to kind of just go ahead and line up, we're going to be able to just line this up and go through one sheet at a time, which is awesome. So we're super excited. So let me go ahead and share with you how to set up these photos right here. Now, we want to make sure this is a very stretchable material.
So when he holds this up, guys, you're going to see that there's a couple pictures that I really I don't want to say messed up on, but it was one of those things like the blanket stretched, and you just have to kind of be careful and know that.
Guys, Lauren's giving herself like, it looks totally fine.
Well, maybe I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this.
Yeah, Lauren's a perfectionist. I know a lot of you just got to meet Lauren, but she's a perfectionist, y'all, and I love it.
But this, I mean, just know that it's not going to be completely perfect,
for this type of blanket,
okay.
Yeah, for this type of blanket, it's going to be extremely hard for you to be able to get it perfect. Like, it's pretty much unrealistic to try to go perfect on something like that. So I'm getting my lint roller together, and you're like, Tanner, are you really linty today?
Yes, you do have to use polyester fabric.
Yes, we love our
There
polyester.
was also someone in there that asked earlier, they didn't think you could do it on cotton. You technically can't sublimate straight to cotton.
Yes, we have hacks.
We have hacked around so that you all can sublimate and still have a cotton shirt.
Exactly. So that's a great one. And we even give links in the course to references of like products that are polyester that feel like cotton. So that's awesome. And my friends, I do also want to just go ahead and point out, because I know this sounds like, a lot is for the course. It's because I don't have time here on the channel to make a ton of sublimation videos. You guys know our focus is always going to be the Cricut, and we love that. But if you need the help and the support with rocking sublimation, we want to be that go-to guide. So that's why it's in the course. So notice I'm just letting this lay very natural, not stretching, not letting it drape, nothing like that. Lauren, should I move this? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. We're good.
Perfect. So traditionally, I would tell you to pre-press this just to get it flat and everything like that. Today, the heat press is ready, but I'm just going to go ahead and lay the photo. Which one should we lay right here?
I think I had it picked out. That one is going to go on the other side. Yes, that one's going to go in the middle just because of the way that the colors are set up.
Love it. That's what I was thinking too. Okay, so I'm going to lay this here. I'm going to line it up. The easiest way, after you start laying one, that's going to be your guide. So your first one in your top corner kind of sets the mood for the rest of them, which is awesome. So I'm lining them up right here, and then I am lining it up right here. So making sure those line up. Again, the fabric is going to move around.
Yes.
So you just want to eyeball it. When you're using this blanket and holding it up, it will not be noticeable.
No.
I do not want you guys to freak out. But you lay this down. Here's what we're grabbing next. Now this is called heat resistant tape. I use so much of this tape. Guys, I use so much of it. It's amazing. I love it. Now, I will say, when you put the heat resistant tape on the blanket,
I mean, because it is a fuzzy blanket, there is a good chance that it's probably
it's gonna take a little
gonna
fuzz.
move.
Not much.
Not a lot of flex. When you see, I used a lot more tape than tape.
I'm only using this much because I've already been practicing yesterday.
Yeah.
And I peeled up a lot of the fuzz.
And
off the
there
tape.
was a couple. There was
You
a couple
couldn't tell
ones-
after I used it some more.
There was
which
a
is
couple
great.
that I did pull up quite a bit of the fuzz, but when you're doing this blanket, in the middle of this blanket,
Yeah.
it's gonna start moving a
Yeah,
lot.
you're gonna need that. So what I want to do is, this is my big roll of what's called butcher's paper. Butcher's paper is fantastic. I always have a piece of butcher's paper underneath and above my blanket. Always, 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 please.
And that piece of paper that is going above your blanket needs to be changed every single
The bottom
time.
the bottom two. I was practicing and testing. The ink seeps through the blanket. Even though it doesn't get on the bottom of the blanket, it gets to the bottom piece.
I
It
think the
blows my
bottom
mind.
one maybe not so much.
It
You
doesn't
could do
need to be.
two or
You're
three
right.
times on the bottom
But-
one, but that top one,
I just
if you don't change it every single time, then you're gonna get ghosting, and you're gonna get ink from other
Yeah.
pictures on your blanket or whatever you're
That's
doing.
a way that you can get ghosting that we don't want. So I'm just going ahead and ripping some of this. You may be saying, Tanner, this is a lot of butcher's paper. Guys, I bought this roll at Amazon a long time ago in 2019, because that's how long I've been sublimating. It's really cheap. It's a huge roll,
Oh yeah.
but I've been using it for that long. Where did you get the big roll of butcher's paper? Amazon. Okay, so I just have some sheets to start out with. This is gonna be great. Here's what we're doing now. I'm gonna take my butcher's paper. I have a system. So I have the Cricut camera set up for the sublimation the heat press. This is the clamshell. Let's go ahead and to that camera. And then what I'm doing is I'm walking around. So here's what you need to do. You need to, now I have preheated this heat press to 400 degrees. If you are brand new to using one of these, I wanna let you know, this plate up here is very hot, but I want you to also know, if you're careful, like, you can still do some stuff in here even though it's warm. So what I'm doing now, as careful as I can be with my blanket, I'm taking this, lining it up, trying to get it ready. I'm pulling it through. I don't want the blanket to start falling off because it'll start stretching. So I'm gonna keep it pretty close by. I'm going to line this up right here. I'm gonna move my water bottle. I'm gonna move the butcher's paper. And then I'm just gonna line this up. So just
Now,
like so.
I will say, if you are doing this blanket by chance, when you are transferring it, I laid it out on the floor to.
Yes, that was a great tip.
I laid it out on the floor to measure everything out. So when I moved it from the floor back to the heat press, I'm picking it up. One thing that
Right.
I did was kind of fold the bottom, fold the top, and fold the sides, and then
love
pick
that.
it up by the four corners so that your picture doesn't move as much.
Yes, I love that. Now I'm just making sure my picture hasn't moved as much because I did not use a ton of tape. It looks pretty good. I'm committed at this point, so I'm just gonna put the butcher's paper down, and this is gonna heat for a while. This is 60
Yeah.
seconds.
So Jessica,
at
you can.
400 degrees.
It's not necessarily better to use the clamshell as opposed to the Cricut heat press. You can use either or.
Yeah.
Just know that if you use the Cricut heat press with
You are
this
there
size,
for the whole minute.
you have to actually put the pressure on yourself for the whole minute, and you have to do it in two separate times
Presses.
because the heat press is not going to cover that whole picture in one time.
Now with that, did I not put the butcher's paper on the bottom?
Leave it if you didn't.
It's fine, I'll fix it. I'll share with you what to do when that happens.
Yep.
I will wash the mat, but for today's video, I'll flip the mat over. I wanted to share another thing. There's a thing called shadowing, ghosting, things like that. When you are using the Easy Press, there's no way you can keep this firm pressure. You can move it, and that can move around your design. So you want to be careful. You guys always got me, whether I forget to mirror, I forgot the butcher's paper. Isn't it crazy? I can tell y'all, don't do this. Okay, let's head back to the printer or the press. Okay.
So
lifting up.
we had somebody asking if you can also use craft adhesive. Can you do that, or do you need to have the heat?
It's heat resistant tape.
Okay.
You need to make sure it is heat resistant tape. Cricut makes one. There's a lot out there, so definitely take advantage of that. Now, I'm gonna
Yes,
fill
Christina,
this up.
live troubleshooting.
Love it. So here's what happens when you do it. This side of the mat is not able to be used for quite some time. Flip it over. Just flip it over. Deal with it later. I will do a test once I clean it, like try to make sure that the ink's off of it on the bottom. I will put some fabric in there that I don't care about and make sure I press it just to try to absorb that.
Right.
So great tip. Here's what I'm gonna do. While we set up the next image, guess what I'm gonna already have? Boom.
Go ahead and put that butcher
Let's
paper
go ahead
on
and put
there.
that down there. Now let's reveal our picture to see how well it turned out. Okay. Butcher's paper. Let's go right here. Our design. Oh my
Are
goodness.
y'all ready?
You can see that it came through. Oh my goodness. Look at this big reveal. See, it takes a second to peel this up. But
Yeah.
it's okay. Okay. So here I go. I need the reveal. I'm so impatient.
I don't know why that's so hard for you. It was that hard for me.
Really? It was been hard for me yesterday and today. Look at it. Look at this adorable photo. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. Love it. Oh, this is adorable. Look at that. So that wasn't hard for me to fill up at all.
No.
Look at this, guys. How awesome. So this is the photo we just pressed. And this is my mom's new little puppy.
Aww.
I know, isn't she
That's
adorable? That is adorable. Look, so we pressed it. All right, moving on. Next photo. Next photo. Now the corner, we will do the same process. We're going to let it kind of lay here. Nothing's laying on the floor. So notice the fabric does not look stretched. That is the goal.
Yeah.
We're gonna grab our photo. We're gonna lay it down. Once we're happy here, we are going to go ahead.
The size of the photos, remind them again what size photos these are.
These photos, let me grab a tape measure just so you guys know. So we took a 13 by 19 sheet of a sub paper because we used our large printer. So we took this, that is 13, and then this is 10. So 13 by 10. So you can do 2 pictures on one 13 by 19 sheet pretty much. So
Yeah.
yay. All right, we're going to add the heat resistant tape again. We're going to add it in the corners.
Oh, Carol said you didn't lint roll.
Oh, we should totally lint roll. Thanks, Carol. Now let's talk about why we lint roll. So we lint roll to remove any debris. We lint roll to remove any dust, anything like that from our fabric that could ruin our image. I saw a piece, but it's not even where we're sublimating. Cause let's say there's a piece of dust. The piece of dust is going to not allow for our
Ink to go
ink to
through.
transfer, and that would be really sad, wouldn't it, Lauren? Oh,
Yeah.
we don't want that. So this right here, this picture looks a little bit larger than the others. Is that not funny?
It's okay.
It's fine. I just thought we're just being real here.
Yeah.
So this is so
Once
interesting.
again, guys, it's not going to be straight. The lines are not going to be the same, especially with the stretching and
I'm loving
the
adding
moving
the
of this.
tape in these corners.
Yeah.
Like this is a great little.
Yeah. So I started out doing the tape on the edges. Probably should have done them in the corners.
It's okay.
So
Hey, that's awesome. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the press over here, and we're going to press. Already put the butcher's paper down.
Butcher's
Just to let
paper is
you all
good.
know, like notice, this is warm, but it's not too hot to not be able to work in. So I'm going to have this kind of rolled up because we are now working on a corner edge. I'm trying to be.
So how much was this heat press, Tanner?
Oh my goodness. It is an investment. It is an investment into your crafting. It's a couple hundred. I will say I have been to 143, so they sell this one, like they don't make it, but they sell it. They always sell out. I've been to their office many times. Or no, I've been one time. I'm so sorry. And I have seen this heat press many, many times, but I've never had a need for such a large heat press till we started sublimating.
Right.
I
So
love
the
it.
paper we're using is 13 by 19. So you are getting 2 pictures on one. You are going to have to use a larger printer than the Epson EcoTank. But like we've said, you don't. We're just showing you how we did this. You can use a smaller printer
Heck yeah.
and put smaller pictures on it, but put more pictures.
Yeah, of course. So now we're going to take this and just pop this in here. You could do 8x8 photos. That would be a great option too.
Yes.
You could do 2 8x8 photos on one. No, they'd have to be a little bit smaller. But you know what I'm saying? Like you could do this just smaller size and things like that.
Right.
So now that all the paper's down, we're gonna be able to press. And I have this to like a pretty firm pressure. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty taut. So that's great. We're gonna do this for 60 seconds. Yay, I love it. Love it, love it. Oh my goodness. Maybe discounted price now that Black Friday deals are available. Julia, all our Black Friday deals are available down below, whether you need to get grandfathered in, say yes to a year membership, Grab Maker's gonna sublimate, and even Design Make Sell is on sale this month. So you're gonna rock it. Is it possible to make that with the Easy Press? We made the test one. Guys,
With the Easy Press.
Yeah, we made the test
Courtney
one.
made the test one with the Easy Press. And that's what we were saying earlier. You can use the Easy Press. You will have to, if you use this large of an image, you will have to press the image twice. And you need to make sure pressure is everything with the Easy Press.
Yes.
Pressure is everything. But you could make pictures the same size as your Easy Press and only have to press once.
Now guys, this is on the 143 website. I would love if you use our link. That is down below. It's an affiliate link, but we would love the support there. So feel free to check out that. Now look here. So I'm trying to see, just to show you. This, I can't see my photo at all. Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I cannot. So I just replace it, just a force of habit for me personally. So that's gonna be ready for our next hit.
Going
Woohoo!
to the reveal.
Woohoo! This is Gus, everyone. Is Gus not adorable? Oh my gosh, my mom's gonna die at this blanket. It's her birthday tomorrow, and we're taking her to her birthday dinner tonight, so I'll have this just in time.
She's gonna cry.
I hope not.
Maybe not.
I hope not. Over 500. Hello.
We do have 520
everyone.
friends with us right now.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome
Can
to
you use
Sublimation.
flattened images on Sublimation?
You flatten your images.
Yes.
So I use a lot. So just to share with you a practical project. This is a sublimation blanket I teach in the course. This is a craft project that I have, and I made this in Cricut Design Space. So this is a cut file. I set this up in Cricut Design Space really easily, got the size I wanted, 8.5 by 11, and put it on a blanket. And now I'm giving this to my little niece, my best friend's daughter, Addie Kate. So you're able to rock it. So yeah, you can totally do that. It is amazing. So this is the pictures. Now we have all our pictures. All right, we have all our pictures. Amazing. Now we're doing the bottom. The bottom is super simple. Down here, we have 2 pieces of text. So 2 pieces of large paper. And we're gonna probably have to do that, I think, in 2 presses, I believe.
Yeah, so the text along the bottom is obviously not, it's gonna be a lot more than what,
Yes, because
a lot larger than a paper,
sheets.
so it is gonna be in 2 presses.
Yeah, so these are big sheets. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead down here. I'm going to lint roll this. Dun, 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 dun. Gotta get my lint roller. We're gonna get the debris off here.
Lucinda, we're using a polyester blanket.
From Five Below.
I don't know if they're online. We just went to our
cannot
local
find them
Five.
online.
They're not online.
We cannot find them online.
You could get them from, I'm sure you could get these polyester blankets from Amazon, Walmart, wherever.
Get a super soft one. Like
Yeah.
that's what this is called. Super soft. I'm just going to go ahead and lint roll all of this.
Yes, Susan, the image can only be used one time.
Yeah, now you could do a second look, but it will not be near as vibrant as your first. So
Like if you wanted to do the washed out, like faded look,
that
maybe.
would be great. That
You
would
could
look
probably
amazing.
get some more ink out of it, but to get the really bright, vibrant colors, you're just one time.
Correct. So I've already mirrored this. I shared with you guys earlier how to mirror this at the last step of your printing. We have this. This will go right here. Line it up. Make sure you're happy with it.
Ashley says that Walmart has them cheap and different colors. The only thing with the different colors, if you
Be
use
careful.
different colors, just be careful. Like if you use a pink or a purple or blue
Your colors
or whatever,
are going to turn out different.
your colors, if you use colors, now if you wanted to use it and just do black,
Yeah.
that would work. But that's why
That is
a lot
kind of a
times,
downer of sublimation.
That is a big downer with sublimation, but that's why a lot of times when you see these sublimated shirts, you see the bleached look.
Yes, that's true. Now, guys, I do want to let you all know, if you are tuning in today and you're like saying, Tanner, this is my first day live with you guys, what's happening? We are giving away some amazing giveaways today. And if you're like, Tanner, I'm not into Sublimation, stay tuned because we have our Christmas project sneak peek that I cannot wait to share with you.
Guys, I cannot like these Christmas projects. Oh my
They're
goodness.
everything. They're everything. Christmas at Maker's Gonna Learn gets better each and every year. Like, we always step it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start loading this into the printer. I say printer, I'm really meaning heat press. So we're gonna line this up here.
Did you get?
Did I get what? The butcher paper underneath?
No, I was just checking to make sure. Yep. No, he's good with the words. He didn't get them mixed up.
No. I double checked that in my head.
Okay.
I was like, if this was flipped, what would it read? Great question. Okay, so making sure this is down. It's pretty close to the edge, so we're going to hit this once, and then this little part right here also needs to be hit again. So we're going to go ahead and press this.
So you all can see there is a little bit of this paper that is outside of the heat press. We do have to hit this one twice, even with the heat press.
Yes, even with the large heat press. It will be, just to let you guys know, full transparency, we have to make sure that it's lined up pretty much perfect, because that's really, really good. So,
Michelle, there should be a, in the description, there should be a link for the heat press.
There's a link to 143 Vinyl. What I'll do is, if you will go to the YouTube channel, come over here to the shared screen after I get my computer on, and I'll share with you how to get there. So,
okay, Tanner's going to show you how to get there.
Say you're at the channel, and you can go to this video that we're watching today. Hello, everyone. I'm watching myself.
Did you put the butcher paper on top of that?
I sure did not. Perfect. What you can see here is the Shop 143 Vinyl link. So press that. Ta-da! We're going to lift that up. It refused to connect because it's the 651 link. Oh, my goodness. So we just need to go to 143 Vinyl.
So we will.
We'll update these links for you.
Yeah, we'll update the links for you for the heat press.
Yeah, we'll get those. So back over here, we just need to now take this and pull it through.
Okay, so can you tell us now, what did we do if we did forget to do our, do we need to go get a piece of fabric that we don't care about?
Honestly, I think we'll be okay because I'm going to add in the butcher's paper now. So if there's any ink right there on the plate, it won't get on the butcher's paper. It'll now go on the butcher's paper, right. So I feel safe about that. We're going to pull this through and being very careful to not let the fabric or paper move too terribly much. We're going to move it over to this edge, right where this needs to lay, and we're going to now be able to press this.
Butcher paper.
Thank you. I'm so excited to see this. I'm like, Lauren's on it. Look at that. Wow, that was good. Lauren's on it. Woo, woo. Okay, butcher's paper, Lauren.
Sally can thank me for her safe blanket.
Okay, so there we go. We're going to heat set this. It is a little difficult, my friends, when you're doing two different presses with a big press like this. Like, it can be a little daunting in things, so be careful. But it's going to turn out really good. Like, I'm really excited. You may be saying, Tanner, why did you not leave more of it in there? I wanted to make sure that there would be the least amount of craft fails possible. And that's what seemed best for me. So, way to go, Lauren. Yes, I love it. That is awesome. This project will try my nerves. Yes. Yes, it will.
It absolutely will.
It'll be fun.
Especially if you're doing it on your own. Our nerves have been very, very tried.
Everybody here loves when I'm making a mistake. Like, I don't know. I mean, thank you, but like...
Well, I mean, I think that people like to see that we are human too.
Yes.
Although I saw someone earlier say all crafters have a little bit of perfectionist in them. Yes, we do. But we are, every single one of us are human, and we all make mistakes. And it's so frustrating.
It's crazy.
But we just keep on going.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Dun, 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 dun. I'm nervous.
Okay.
This looks to be a little scary. This looks to be very scary. Okay.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So look, over here looks great. Oh my goodness. So this is part of it, my friends. Look right here. So where this could have been taken down a ton better, you can see the shadowing here. So this happens occasionally when the things are not taped down enough. And this is probably why I would recommend a Cricut press when you're doing these double presses, because we're pulling and dragging. So what I'm going to do, just to give you guys a comparison, we're going to bring in the Cricut heat press, and I'm going to go grab it just to share with you guys how you can leave it set up once and you're now moving the heat press rather than moving the fabric. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We move the fabric here where I would rather recommend moving the heat press in this situation.
Right.
For photos like this, holy cow, the heat press helps better. So
but
hold that thought.
For those, and while he's doing that, I'm going to show you guys real quick on the overhead. This is another reason why butcher paper is so important, is just this little bit of ghosting right here. But with the other words going in,
yeah, I didn't use the butcher's paper.
This is.
I'm glad you're addressing that. I was going to share that next, but is that not crazy?
That's why it's so
important. You go slow.
That you go slow, and you always. I know that we're all gonna make mistakes, but like that butcher paper is key.
Game changer. Game changer. We're going to 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I think you guys are going to love the heat press, and I know a lot of you all already own this, so this will be like, oh, I can use my Easy Press. This is awesome. So yay, Terry, thank you so much. We will, I don't know what I'll do to save
Mel
this yet.
says, I saw a video that used a big piece of some kind of board so that the board moves, but the fabric doesn't as much.
Oh, I will
like
definitely
to see
research
this.
that. I want to know the price. I love it. I love it. Sublimation for photos and HTV for lettering. Well, listen, you could totally do that. What I could do is put a big like heat transfer vinyl design on here and have like a background. I could save this, and we will totally do that. So super easy, super fun.
Printer, please.
I love the feeling of just sublimation.
I know. So we are using the Sawgrass. We use the Sawgrass printer to print what we have today because it is a larger printer. But you can use an Epson EcoTank and convert it into a sublimation printer and use that.
I love that. Love that. Okay, so I'm trying to get some craft space available over here. This is warming up. And then here's what I'm going to do, Lauren. I think I'm going to work in smaller pieces just to make sure this is focused in so that you get the best results. So what I'm going to do is grab a piece of butcher's paper and put this underneath my design between the mat. This is important that you have that here. Ta-da! Okay.
Because if you don't, there is a very good chance that it will bleed through on your on the
design.
No, but
on the the Easy Press mat.
Yes,
the design will go through to the Easy Press mat.
Y'all, it is Friday.
It is Friday.
And my brain,
it's
gone.
Last day of Maker Boot Camp, and we're pulling out a really hard project.
So Bobby said there was some ink on your heat mat. That's where we haven't used butcher paper before, but if you put butcher paper on it like he did, then it's not going to transfer.
Learn from our mistakes. Hello. You guys are gonna love that. So awesome. All right, next up, here's what we got going on. We've got our last mat, and now here's what we are going to do. So this lays right about here. So I'm going to cut it right here, and I'm going to do one press, and then I'm going to do one press. So double checking, grabbing my tape measure. I want to make sure that I'm able to do this with one press. So this is, okay. So I can do one press here and one press down here and have that. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and cut this right here. And that's probably what I would recommend, just especially for you guys, that because if I broke this up and did one, you know, press at a time, this would have not happened. This would have not happened at all. So this is a great workaround and it's awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and lint roll. Love that. Awesome. Now I'm going to make sure it's flat one last time, and then we're gonna start our taping process, because now, my friends, we get to worry about another thing to worry about. Yay!
BJ, you
Does it have to be 60 seconds? Can it be over a minute? We'll find out.
Absolutely.
Right here. Oh my gosh, can you guys see? Can you guys see that? Can you all see that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
definitely, you can see
crazy.
it.
Okay. What I'm gonna do now?
Did you put butcher paper under?
Oh yes. Yeah, it's the I put
Okay. You use the same.
I use the same.
You're good. Okay.
Should I commit to that? Yeah.
Yes.
We'll commit to. We'll test it.
Commit.
At this point, what do we
to
got to
it.
lose?
Go ahead.
Oh, I can press the whole thing. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's the smaller side.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Here's that link.
Look at this. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Here we go.
Woohoo.
Camera 2.
Whoa. Okay, we're on camera 2. Okay.
Oh, I can do it to camera 1.
Whichever. I'll
go
pick
one.
it up. I'll pick it up.
Let's
I'll pick
go
it up. Okay, so you got all your photos. Woohoo! And then you've got the Hot Mess Express down here.
It doesn't look that bad
No,
once you
I
get
got
all the
two-
letters on there.
I've got two pieces of, I'm looking in the mirror. We have a mirror right behind here.
Yeah, my favorite thing is a little lower.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. This is why we have one prepared, because I
And
can
this
just
is
like
what you
toss
get
this.
when you go, when you try to go very fast. We're trying to get through this for you guys.
always
on live.
try to do this fast. But I like it because it gives you all a lot of real life mistakes. And then I can pick up this one that we always make sure is prepared before. And the reason we do things beforehand is so we learn the tips and tricks. So that's what we do, and then we learn together. And then this is with the Cricut Easy Press, guys. This was just 100% Easy Press.
Yes.
If I had to do it over again, in the dream world, clamshell for photos, Easy Press for large text.
Yep.
But you could do it all with just the Easy Press.
Yep.
I clearly just proved to you all. Easy Press, clamshell. If you already have a large Easy Press, you need to say yes to Sublimation, just
Yeah.
because you're going to be able to rock
I
this.
mean, like the clamshell is great. It
Yes.
really is.
Yes.
But you can do just as much with the Easy Press.
Now, Lauren...